An entrepreneur, author, speaker, mentor, and business expert, veteran Larry Broughton has amassed a wealth of knowledge and experience that he now shares with others looking to launch their own journeys of entrepreneurship in the hopes that he can help them navigate both the success and failures of business ownership.
Most people don't get that more people have been lifted out of poverty around the world through entrepreneurship and capitalism than any other government agency or handout ever created. So now to me, entrepreneurship is more like a moral obligation that I have to serve my fellow countrymen, my family, and my community. My time in the military, most of it was spent in the Army Special Forces and what most people know as the Green Berets. After leaving the military, I was working at a small no-tell motel in San Francisco. Yeah, I had the entrepreneurial bug for sure, but I didn't know that that's where my life was going to end up. But also I started realizing that entrepreneurs around me that I was meeting were really making a dramatic and immediate impact on the community. And I'm not saying that the entrepreneurial journey is right for everyone, because it's not. It is a grind. You better have a lot of tenacity, you better have a lot of spirit in you, and you better have a team of a family member around you who support you. Not everyone can be an entrepreneur. But I do think that the spirit of service that I have and that other veterans have, and most people in the entrepreneurial space has, is what separates them from anybody else, right? If you're starting a business, at the end of the day, you're serving somebody. Either you're serving your investors, you're serving your family, or you're serving a client. If your clients or potential customers aren't being served, you don't have a product or a service to offer. There was a time in my life where I was chasing success more than anything else. I burned through a marriage because of it. I burned through friendships because of it. But when we really decide we're going to serve other people, and through the struggle, look for meaning, all of a sudden our life changes, our perspective changes, and we stop focusing on, the bottom line and start looking for what impact am I going to make in the world? What legacy am I going to leave in the world? Entrepreneurs are going to face struggle day in and day out. It's just the size, scope, and scale of what those troubles are. And so I've had plenty of turning points in my life. And there was a time about when I had just launched Broughton Hotels where it was a significant turning point. I was at it, my marriage was on the rocks. Economically, I had nothing saved. All of my money was going out, nothing coming in. And I was literally at one point on my knees with my life insurance policies laid out like I'm worth more dead than alive. Okay. I have been to that point. And if I hadn't humbled myself out of the pain that I was feeling, picking up the phone and calling somebody and say, I'm embarrassed to even admit this, but I am in so far over my head. I feel like I am absolutely in the weeds and I need help. That was transformational for me because I had built up in my head that if I admitted I needed help, then people would view me as being weak. So yeah, I think that it's a superpower to be willing to ask for help. It's life-changing. Somewhere along the line, I got this bug for writing articles and writing books, which is very funny coming from a guy who's dyslexic and barely graduated high school, right? But I've overcome that. And one of my books called Victory, 7 Revolutionary Strategies for Entrepreneurs, I've learned is very powerful, very powerful. The first edition was written specifically for military veterans because I just believed so much in the military veteran ethic. But I go into kind of the 7 strategies that I think everyone needs who's launching a business to launch their business, transform their life, and expand their impact on the world. So I really think that the Victory book is a great how-to manual on how to elevate your impact, launch your business, and absolutely transform your life. The going will absolutely get tough. You will question yourself, is what I want to do even achievable? Is it even possible? Well, it's not if you're going to sit on the sofa. All right, it's not. You will never achieve your dreams. But I promise you this, there will be failure. Maybe this first idea that you have will fail because most businesses do fail within the first several years, but don't give up. If you've got one idea, there are a dozen more behind it, right? Go, try it. Do something significant. I would rather now lead a life of significance than success. And I learned that while I was in Special Forces, serving my fellow team members, right? If I was making a significant impact in their lives, and we all did that for each other, then success was going to be the byproduct of significance.